And just as you join us here at Consett Cricket Club, Consett have lost their third wicket with the score at 50 in reply to Tynedale's 228. It's Hassan Raza who's gone. LBW to David Newton, he's gone for 7, and it's Stuart Graham who's going in to replace Raza, the right-hander Stuart Graham. And so here we are, 50 for 3 Consett. They're still 179 behind their target to win this match of 229. And Sam Peter took the first wicket. That was Gary Hunter when we were on last. And then there was a terrible mix-up, an awful mix-up for Mansour and Stoko in the 8th over, which saw Stoko run out for 21. Good fielding, a good stop in the first place, then a good throw, then excellent work by Crichton, the wicketkeeper. But here's Newton in again to Stuart Graham, who comes forward and just defends it out to Rainford there with extra cover. And there's no run. It's so 50 for 3. Mansour, 21 not out, was dropped, if you remember, on his first ball. A miscued pull shot. But here's David Newton again now, a wicket to his name. Up he comes and bowls to Graham, and Graham's forward and pushes again out to Sam Peter there, who's in the more orthodox cover position, and that's the end of the over. 50 for 3 now. Consett, 229 they need to win, and it's 21 to Mansour, and it's Graham yet to score. So we've got 2 of the senior players out there now for Consett, and we've lost the sun here at Blackfine, and we're going to have a change of bowling anyway. Tom Cant's coming on to replace McCabe, and McCabe, he's just I'm just looking for him in the field. I think he's going up there back for Cant, up towards the long off boundary. So immediately Cant goes defensive here, with Consett still needing 179. So 2 deep in the square on the far side, long off, long on, and a deep cover. And 3 of the inside the ring fielders are behind the batsman. So Cant bowls, and that's cut, and that's half stopped. He's got a hand on it. Did Fletcher at point. They're coming back for 2. That half stop allowed Dag to come round to his left in front of us here and field that ball. So an excellent diving half stop there from Fletcher. He's just shaking his fingers now. That must have stung them a bit. But so there was 2 added to the total there. 52 for 3. Here's Cant now, bowling to Mansour. Has edge, and it's past Newton, and Newton will have to be quick after that one. He's running up towards the 3rd man boundary to the left. They're coming back for 3. There's the throw, and Mansour gets 3 from a not very positive shot, or not very convincing shot. It was in the air for a while, just past Newton there, who's just going to come up to the slip area now. So 3 more to the total there. We'll update the score in just a moment when I get a better look at the scoreboard, because Stuart Graham's coming on to strike now. We've got 53 for 3 at the moment. And Mansour has gone to 24 with that one. Now here's Graham from Cant. That's a well pitched ball, and pushes Graham back into his crease there, and he just plays back to Renton there with extra cover. So for Graham, one of the deep mid wickets has come inside the circle. Long on and long off are up inside as well. Cant full this time, and Graham's forward and just defends it square to Fletcher. To Fletcher's right there at backward point, which allows Graham through for a single and for Graham to get off the mark. So there we go. Now Cant is about to bowl again. All the field have gone back for Mansour. That's full, and there's a nice little drive up towards the pavilion here, and it's Renton again from extra cover round to his left, that he fields it, but not before the batsmen go through for 2. For 1, sorry. Mansour gets another one to his name. 55 for 3 now. Consett, he has can't do Graham outside the off stump that time, and that got a little bit of bounce off the rough stuff, but Crichton takes it well, and that's the end of the over. Cant's over, and it's 55 for 3 at the end of that one. Mansour has 25, and it is the other batsman, Stuart Graham, who's got 1 at the moment. So an exciting start to this innings. We had 2 sixes off the first couple of balls, then we had a wicket, then we had a drop, and it's just sort of quieting down. We've had another wicket, couple of wickets, and we had the run out. It's quieting down in the last couple of overs or so, since Newton took that LBW wicket, but he's just bowled up there to Mansour, who's defended it out to Rainford there, who's in the extra cover position. So we've got 1 slip for David Newton, we've got a gully, we've got a square leg, we've got a backward point, a cover, a close extra cover, a deep mid off and a deep mid on, and a mid wicket. So here's David Newton now bowling to Mansour, who pushes out again, a couple of bounces there, and the ball goes straight to Rainford there with short extra cover. No run. And the ball round that far side now. Now here's Fletcher, just pops up a little catch to David Newton. He turns at the end of his run. Newton to Mansour. Newton bowling. Mansour goes forward half a step there to defend that one out along the ground again, and Rainford's right there to pick it up just to his left. And there's no run. Consett 57 for 3 wickets in pursuit of 229 to win. And we're in the 16th here, 16th over. Now here's Newton again, up he comes and bowls. The Mansour, who is back in his crease, plays back to that one, plays back to Rainford again, who sprints round to his left on that far side, across to our right to field that ball, but there's no run conceded. It's still 57 for 3. Still 1 slip in a gully and a backward point, and a square leg behind the square leg umpire. Now here's Newton again now. Mansour goes back again and just pushes this one to the near side, or near side this time. The pavilion side here. We're square under the wicket, down behind the mid-wicket boundary at the moment. For if you remember, Cameron Mansour is a right-hander, tall with his short sleeves on. He's 27 not out at the minute. And here's David Newton again, and he goes past him by Halliday and bowls, and Mansour plays and misses, and that hit Crichton, I think, behind the stumps, and that's the end of the over. The ball just skittled off there along the ground to Cant on the bounce it slipped. So end of the over, and it's 57 for 3. Consett in pursuit of 229, and this is the 17th over coming up. Mansour 27 not out, Stuart Graham 1 not out. And the men out are Hunter, Stoko and Raza. And Newton has a wicket, Sam Peter has a wicket, and there was 1 run out. So here's Tom Cant again now. Over the wicket to Graham this time. Bowls. Graham drives square up towards the pavilion here, where it's stopped by William Dagg, who throws in to Crichton, the wicket-keeper. And it's Graham who goes through for a single there. And he throws the ball back to Cant. And for Mansour, the field disperses. We've only got 1 man in front of the batsman at extra cover. That's renting at extra cover inside the circle. The other 3 inside are its short third man, backward point and short fine leg. Cant bowls, and that's at his back pad, and it must have just been going down the leg side, that one, because that did hit his back pad right on the crease there. So not a shout from the bowler and wicket-keeper there. So Cant quickly back to his mark. And he comes again now, right to left as we watch, and that's hit him on the front pad again, but well forward that time, Mansour. And just tries to slow things down here. He'll not go mad, but if they're there to hit the big fella up there at the crease, he will hit them. But batting well in his crease now to Cant, and he just lets that one outside the off stump, and there's no run. Still, it's 58 for 3 now. Mansour 27. Stuart Graham 2 not out. Mansour from Cant now. It's Cant bowling. Bowls short outside the off stump again, and he shaped to cut that one and didn't bother in the end, did Mansour. Just let it through to Crichton, the wicketkeeper. And again there's no run. Cant quickly back to his mark. Here he comes again now. Cant to Mansour. Watches that one outside the off again and just lets it through to Crichton, and that's the end of the over, the end of the 17th, and I think there'll be a drinks break now. Yes, there will. There we go. There's a drinks break just coming on. Some of the Consett fellas coming out with some drinks for the Tynedale fielders. So at the drinks break, a third after 17 overs here of the reply. Consett needing 229 to win, or 58 for 3 in the after 17 overs. The not out batsmen are Mansour 27 and Stuart Graham 2. The men out were Hunter. He was caught down the leg side by wicketkeeper Crichton to Peter, from Peter for a duck. Then Stoko was out for 21 in the 8th over after an awful mix-up between him and Cameron Mansour, and it was good fielding as well from the Tynedale outfielders, and then Crichton did a good job as well to get the ball in his gloves onto the stumps. And then Raza just a couple of overs ago was LBW to David Newton. So as the players have a drink out there, so the wickets have gone to Sam Peter, 1 run out, and the other wicket to David Newton, and the other 2 bowlers, McCabe's bowled and Cant has bowled. He's just come on, he's just had his 2nd over there, but they haven't got a wicket yet. As the players just break up, they've had their drinks now, and the 2 batsmen having a drink as well. 2 umpires, Halliday and Aslam, just having a little chat over there, just on the edge of the pitch. So we'll who'll bowl next? I think it'll be David Newton to continue from the scorebox end, which is across to our right as we are watching the play here, down behind the mid-wicket boundary to the right-hander when he's batting, when Graham's batting from the end he's at now. So it'll be Newton to continue when the fielders all retain their places, and he's about to give his jumper to umpire Halliday. The batsmen have had a drink as well. Mansour's just taken the cap off, wiping a little bit of sweat away there, and Newton gives the ball a little polish on his left thigh, and we're going to start now the 18th over. So 58 for 3 now. Consett in reply to 229 to win. The target 229 off a maximum of 50. But here's Newton now bowling to Graham. He's there and bowls, and Graham goes cramped up there but manages to turn it out to McCabe there, who's fielding it backwards square leg, just to the right of the umpire. And Graham just puts the bat on his shoulder, has a little bit of a word there to Jamie Crichton behind the stumps. And here's Graham now, shapes up again to face Newton. Graham this time just up on his toes a bit there, just pushes the ball into the ground, and it runs out to Dag there at close mid-wicket, and there's no run. And it's Mansour has a little chat now again to umpire Halliday. 58 for 3. Graham at the crease, 2 not out. Still got a few hardy spectators hanging on. A little bit cooler now here at Blackfine. Bowls does Newton to Stuart Graham, who's plays back to cover there, and there's no run because Sam Peter fielded and threw the ball to Sam Mannion, who's over there. Oh, it's Ollie Fletcher, I beg your pardon, and he pops a little catch up to David Newton now, who turns at the end of his run. He's running in from left to right as we watch here. Newton now bowling to Graham. Graham turns it to mid-wicket again. A couple of bounces and Dag fields it cleanly. Quite close in there. Only about 10 or 15 yards from the bat. He just seems to have moved back a couple of paces now, but by the time the balls are struck, he's made up 5 paces of them. So here he goes. Dag is just there waiting at mid-wicket. We've got a slip in the gully as Newton bounces up again to bowl to Graham. Graham tries to turn this one, and he has. He's just feathered it up towards the final leg boundary. McCabe's in pursuit. He gets there now. and Stuart Graham, I'll get 2 runs for that. He's back up at the striker's end now, so the score goes to 60-3. Stuart Graham's gone to 4, and the score's moved for the first time in quite a while here. And Stuart Graham now right-handed just settles himself in again with the wicketkeeper close in, a slip and a gully for company. Now here's Newton again, he's up there in bowls, and that's a skimmer, and he had to jam the bat down, and I think it took an inside edge, and it's going towards fine leg again, and it's Kant who ran after it there and picked up and threw in. So a fortunate single there for Graham at the end of the over. So it's 61 for 3 now, and Graham went to 4 with that shot, and Mansour is 27 not out, and Graham will have the strike at the start of this next over, the 19th, and it'll be Tom Kant, the Tynedale captain, to bowl, and he'll be bowling to 1 slip and a deep backward square with mid-off and mid-on inside the circle and a deep cover as well. There's Graham forward to a ball that was well pitched, but it got up a bit, and he had to take his hand off the bat, the bottom hand off the bat there, when he defended that. That jumped quite away from a good length there. So let's see, Kant will be looking for that spot again, but 1 slip and a deepish gully in place. Kant bowls a bit quicker this time, and Stuart Graham's forward defending square up towards the pavilion here, where it's fielded by Crichton, darting out from behind the stumps, and there is no run. Clear sky over towards Hexham there. We've got a cloud or 2 just buzzing about above us here at Blackfine. Kant bowls full, and there's a mistimed drive from Graham, and the ball just runs sadly out to Mannion there at mid-wicket, and there's no run. So here we go, here's Kant again at the end of his mark. Shirt tucked in, his short sleeves, and he comes and bowls to Graham, and Graham just goes forward and just watches it outside the off stump through to Crichton again, and there's no run. It's 61 for 3. Consett in reply to 228 from Tynedale. Now here's Kant again, up he goes, and bowls, and there's Graham a long way forward, nearly does the splits there. He's holding the position, leaning on his bat. He just uses the bat to lever himself back up, and he gets back into his stance now. Now here's a ball from Kant again, bowls outside the off stump, and Graham leaves it alone, and Crichton takes it neatly, and that's the end of the over. 61 for 3 Consett, and it's Graham 4 not out, Mansour 27. He's been on there a long time, and we've had 19 overs of a possible 50. Tynedale 228 for 7 from their 50 overs. 71 and 65 from Callum McCabe and James Rainford in that innings. But Newton takes up the attack again now to Mansour, who pushes to the wide. There's a shot at the stumps, and Stuart Graham gets in at the wicket-keeper's end, the striker's end, safely enough. But a good throw there from Peter in the covers. Picked it up quickly. As Mansour, I bet he standing at the other end, he's probably thinking, I'm glad I wasn't running to that end either. But here's Stuart Graham now to face the ball from Newton. He's at the end of his run, ready to go now. And here he is. He's going in now to bowl to Graham. He's there. Graham back in his crease and just pushes the ball out along the ground to Dag there at mid-wicket on this near side. And there's no run. It's 62 for 3. Mansour's moved up to 28, and Graham on strike 4 not out. So here's Newton again now, running away over towards Newcastle, but he bowls, and there's Graham again, same shot again, and gets down and gets that one off the floor. Seems to be picking up pace off the pitch here, the ball. I know that some say that's impossible. Well, it probably is as well, but it's zipping, skidding through, and it's pushing. These length balls are pushing Graham back into his crease at the moment. But here's Newton again, as he gets forward this time and pushes out. And just to ring in the changes, he pushes it over to the other side of the field, where Rainford collects it at extra cover off the ground, and there's no run. Still 62 for 3, and these two will want to stay there now because we're getting down the order after if one of these two gets out, Graham and Mansour. But here's Newton again, up he goes and bowls to Graham, who plays this one, flicks it round his front pad there off the front foot, but it goes straight along the ground out towards McCabe, just behind square next to the umpire there, and he picks it up and there is no run. So the ball's with Fletcher now, and he just pops up a little catch to David Newton. So here he comes now. Here's Newton again. Up he goes, bowling to Graham, who plays this one from the crease, straight back down the ground and slightly onto the far side, past the stumps on that offside, and it goes to Fletcher there at mid-off, and he picks up, and there was no run, and that's the end of the end of the over. David Newton's over, sorry, it's Kant who's going to bowl next, but Consett 62 for 3 in reply to 228. Mansour 28 and Stuart Graham 4 not out. The men out so far are Hunter, Stoko and Raza. 2 wicket each for Peter and Newton and 1 run out. Mansour plays a miss, tempted him forward there to the big swing and played a miss outside the off, and the ball went to Crichton behind the stumps. So here's Kant again now, back to these and the end of his run. In he comes. Mansour goes forward and pushes this one for 1 up to long on, and Rainford runs in from the boundary there and picks it up and just throws it back to Kant. And the score ticks over by 1. 63 for 3 now, and play slowing down at the moment. But here's Kant again, and he comes and bowls. There's Graham, who goes forward and plays and misses. Just a teething length there. Didn't quite get to it there, Graham, and he played a miss to Crichton, the wicketkeeper, and there was no run. He's having to play inside his crease here because the wicketkeeper's standing up, but here's Kant now, he bowls. He's forward again and just driving this time, but it goes straight out along the ground to Renton at extra cover, and there is no run. He quickly throws the ball back to Kant. Kant getting through his overs here quite quickly. In he comes again from right to left as we watch here, bowling to Graham, who flicks it over the top of mid-on. It's a long chase for Rainford, but he's going to get 4 runs. And umpire Aslam signals up there, so that relieves a bit of the pressure. There was sort of a benign tenseness going around the ground, just everybody wondering what's going to happen. But Graham hit out there, so he gets 4 runs up to the long-on boundary. He's gone to 8, and the score's gone to 67 for 3. Here's Kant again now, he's in and bowls, and there's Graham, he's played it through there again. That's half a stop from Mannion in at mid-wicket, and Rainford charges in to clean up there. And that's the end of the over. So another run there to Graham off the 6th ball of that over, the last ball. So the score goes to 68 for 3. Graham finishes that over at 9 and Mansour at 29. And that was the end of the 21st. So a maximum of 50 here. And it's going to be Graham to continue to face here. He took the strike there. And it's going to be David Newton who is going to bowl. Now Mansour, I beg your pardon, has had rather a rest at the moment. Hasn't played too many balls. He's out, caught off the edge. He's out, he played a shot, went for the drive, and he edged it through to Crichton. And David Newton with the first ball of the new over has got Stuart Graham out, and he's gone for 9. Caught Crichton at the second attempt, bowled Newton for his 2nd wicket of the afternoon, and Tynedale have Consett now 68 for 4 in the 22nd over. And the Tynedale players gather up there, and they're all having a little chat at the moment, the 2 umpires as well. Mansour just down on his haunches there at this end, and it's Consett now 68 for 4, chasing 229 to win. And we're in the 22nd over. Mansour, you've really got to see it now. It almost certainly is up to him now to carry on. He'll have to go on here, and we may see him, if he can get on strike just a bit more, play a few more shots. But Here we go. New man in for Consett. And it's going to be David Newton to continue. And here he is, right arm over the wicket. So we've got a slip in the gully now. Tynedale searching for this 5th wicket. We've got a point and a square leg, 2 close in, square of the wicket on either side, and that's left alone outside the off stump, and there is no run. And here we go, Newton just about to get the ball to start his run up again. And we'll go to the end of this over, and then we'll say goodbye for half an hour, and we'll be back sooner or later at 7 o'clock. And there's the next ball from Newton, and that was a little nibble at that one from the batsman, and Crichton at behind the stumps there, just an ooh and a ah. And we've got a change in the field here. Dag has come out of that close mid-wicket, and he's going across to backward point. Sam Mannion's coming into the slips now, into first slip. We've got a gully, we've got a close extra cover, we've got a orthodox cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, and a square leg. So here's Wynne facing the next one from Newton, who he drives this time. He's got it through there, and they're not going to go for one there. Mansour wanted it at the non-striker's end, but Wynne wasn't winning that battle. And here we go. It's 68 for 4 now. And here's David Newton about to bowl again. 2 wickets to his name so far this afternoon. Here he is in the Wynne now and bowls, and Wynne just defends this to Josh Renton there at mid-on, and there is no run. And he throws the ball over across there to Fletcher, who will give it back to David Newton. And it looks bright across in the north at the moment, just beyond the wind turbines there. They're still, all 9 are still going at their steady medium pace. As in goes Newton again now to bowl to Wynne. Wynne drives, and it's just over the head, and that's a powerful shot. A straight 4 over the bowler's head, down, and it the ball clatters into the score box across to the left. So another little pressure relief there. Let that pressure valve out, and the score goes to 72, and Wynne moves off the mark with a 4. And that's the end of the over, the end of the 22nd, I think that one was. So the end of the 22nd over of a maximum of 50. Consett needing 229 to win, or 72 for 4. Mansour's 29 not out, and Wynne is 4 not out. And I'll leave you with Tom Cant about to bowl, and Tynedale at Consett at 72 for 4, chasing 229 to win. And I'll speak to you again at 7 o'clock. So goodbye, and I'll speak to you again, as I say, at 7 o'clock.